in the media, there's always a big focus on really well-performing stocks and assets. What I want to look at here today is Rivian Automotive. It's a awfully performing stock. I think it's down 50% even year to date here in 2024. But I think there might be an opportunity. Let me walk you through the opportunity set. Rivian Automotive is an electric automobile maker. They make SUVs. Among other things, they have investments by Amazon, so they've got some big backers, and I think there might be the opportunity. There's even potentially a takeover target that we've been hearing about here over the past month or two. So let's dig into this a little bit. Before we look at the chart, let's look at some data here, fundamental data. Rivian Automotive has a decent amount of cash, and last I checked, they still have more cash than some of its peers. I'm not including Tesla here as a direct competitor. I think Tesla is its own thing. Cash has been, declining. They've been burning cash quite a bit, basically since 2021. You can see that cash pile decreasing. From an income perspective, if we look at the income statement, nothing fancy there at all. In fact, the company just isn't making money. You can see the bottom line. The company continues to lose money. That is to be expected for a company like that. And I think, excuse me, I'm not even sure that's what investors are criticizing here. I think it's more the scalability of what they're doing. You can see the total revenue has certainly gone up. The top line has absolutely increased, but it seems to be like there might be lagging investor expectations from that perspective. To me, a company like that is at a point right now where it might need either deeper pockets or some sort of a streamlining and maybe technology that takes it to the next level, which is why potentially a takeover is kind of interesting. I'm going to label this stock here at the moment as a moonshot kind of trade. I don't even want to call it slingshot. We have a product internally we call slingshot, which is looking at calculated bids. I think at this point, this is more of a moonshot, meaning until we start to get to the point where there's more meaningful conversations that we hear around potentially a takeover or something structurally changing for the company for the better, it's kind of a moonshot. And sometimes moonshots are worth taking in very small amounts of capital, at least to yours truly. So when I look at a stock like this, and I think there may be a narrative, right? I don't see them going out of business. Again, they have some big backers, so it may just be a matter of investors year to date. Again, the stock's down like 50% year to date, I think, if I calculated that right earlier. We do that again. Yeah, I mean, it's gone from 22 to 10, 11, that kind of thing. Awful. But I think, if anything, this is now increasingly becoming a story where we're waiting for some sort of good news, and I don't know when that comes. This could be it could be imminently. It could be in 6 months from now. I don't know. So it may be worth an opportunity to take a shot with some small capital. Certainly there's options one can use. One has to use options that are a bit further outdated or further dated out or roll them, or just buy some stock. Again, it's risky. It's speculative in that sense. But I look at a stock like this and I say to myself, people may have sold this stock, and this is where I left off a second ago. People have sold this stock maybe in favor of some of the high momentum growth stocks out there. And this can change, right? This narrative can change, and it can change very quickly, so that it wouldn't be totally unbelievable to think that this stock gets right back to where it basically started the year, which is an 80% move, right? 50% down equals about an 80, excuse me, 50% down means if you go back up to that point, it's a 100% move. So that's something that I'm watching, and it really falls within the realms of rotation, right? We call it sector and group rotation. It can be, in the market, it constantly happens. This is what professional investors do. They constantly rotate from one sector or focus to another, whether it's from fixed income to equities, or within equity sectors, to another, or industries, and so on and so forth. And it can also happen from a stylistic approach. It can happen that we maybe see a focus from Max 7s to, in some cases, maybe something as speculative as this. So that's something we're watching, and we're going to talk about sector and group rotation and how we like to use that as a strategy, which to us is a cornerstone strategy, both here at the Steady Traded Blue Oak Advisors, but also at our investment advisory firm, Blue Marlin Advisors. I'm going to show you how that works, answer any questions relating to that strategy, and you can sign up for that down below or on the next screen, and we'll see you there.